But science is equally important for us to survive, isn't it? So, can you tell me one way in which science is beneficial for humankind, mankind? One reason. Meanwhile, Pooja ma'am has already started the recording. Okay, right. So, one way in which science is helpful to mankind. Quickly, whatever is coming to your mind. No, Archit, we are not going to unmute you today. You have to switch on your camera and activate your fingers to type in the chat box whatever you want to say. Okay, this setting is just for today's demo. In your classes, you will be unmuted. So Sanish is saying science helps us to survive. Okay. What about others? No response is coming to your mind. Science is useless. Everything depends on technology and technology depends on science. Okay. So indirectly our life depends on science. Is that what you're trying to say? Okay. How is science useful to mankind? Hi, Ryansh. Can you not think of some practical usage of science in our lives? How it is touching our lives? Quickly, nothing is coming to your mind. Okay, technology. We've got one response. Survival, another response. Okay, what else? Nice background, Rayansh. We are discussing here one reason why you think science is useful to mankind. How? Don't look at your parents. Think yourself. Quickly. It should not take that long. Okay, I'll tell you. Can you see life expectancy has improved? What is life expectancy? Earlier, people used to die early. Now they live longer, isn't it? We are able to find cure for various diseases. Now we hear so much of new kind of diseases which never existed before, or they may exist, but we never came to know about those. In medical field, science is very useful, isn't it? Okay, what you can do is after this demo, you can research on this topic for your personal knowledge. Okay, now coming back, let me quickly tell you about the flow of the session. So children, first of all, you will get to know your mentor. Okay, then you'll see a short informative PPT, which will give you an in-depth knowledge about the course that you're about to embark on. And after that, you will go on a virtual tour of the dashboard of Olympiad Success. And Pooja ma'am will take you on that tour. Okay. And after that, if you are left with a query or a doubt, you can always ask that. We'll be happy to answer. And then the actual demo will begin. So I hope the flow of the session is clear to you all. Is it? Okay, nice. So we have with us, children, Anjali Roy ma'am. She is a subject matter expert of science, as you can see, and she's got substantial experience in this line. She, teaching is her passion. She loves to interact with kids like you, and I'm sure you're going to love her sessions. So now I'll request Anjali ma'am to speak to you directly. All over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Am I audible to you? A thumbs up if you're able to hear me. Okay, fine. So, first, let me introduce myself once again. My name is Anjali Joy. I have completed my graduation and post graduation in physics, and currently, I'm working as a high school teacher in Rajasthan. But basically, I belong to Kerala. No one is here from South India, right? Hyderabad. Someone wrote from Hyderabad. So I have worked in Hyderabad also, Attapur, Delhi School of Excellence. Also, I have experience of working there, and I have been associated with Olympiad success for now like almost more than 2 years. Okay, so I'm really very happy because you all have cleared level 1 exam and you are preparing yourself for level 2 exam. So, and I got a chance to be a part of your journey in this Olympiad preparation. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I don't know if someone has complimented you before about this or not, but I think it is my opinion. I may be wrong also, but I think you resemble Deepika Padukone.
Oh, ma'am, that's such a big compliment for me. Such a
Okay.
big compliment for me.
Thank
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thanks for your introduction, ma'am. So, children, now allow me to share my screen. Just a moment, and then we are good to go. So, I believe my screen is visible to all. So, a very warm welcome to the demo and introduction program for Class 4, Science 4, Level 2, Batch 2. So, as you are already aware, Olympiad Success is India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad exams. Olympiad Success Live is India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiad's preparation. And School Plus by Olympiad Success is one of its own kind of annual program that includes 8 important courses that really matter at this point of time in your life, which include mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, both spoken and written, Vedic math, and coding. Here you get one-on-one online CBSE and Olympiad classes for grades 6 to 10, one-on-one preparation classes for international mathematics Olympiads like SASMO, CMO, HKIMO, TIMO, Math Counts, US Common Core Math Competition, Math Kangaroo, and PRMO. So you can meet our international rank holders for the year 2021-22 on the screen. They are all brilliant students like you. And there are so many. So classes are going to be group sessions with batch size of around 20 students delivered through Zoom by seasoned tutors. You've already met your mentor, Anjali ma'am. So you get 4 sessions per week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Please note down the timings. The timing will be 6:30 to 7:45 p.m. with 5 minutes of break in between. Okay. The session will include topic-wise quick revision of chapters, discussion on previous year level 2 questions. You get access to reading material and practice questions available on the dashboard of Olympiad Success. And you also get access to level 2 topic-wise mock test for science. Now, syllabus is available at this particular link. Fees can be paid by clicking on this particular link. Don't worry, all the important and relevant links have been pasted in the chat box, okay? And they will again be pasted for you to avail. The fees for this course is rupees 3,720, and it is going to be a 16 sessions course. Now, the fees includes online classes, daily reading notes and exercises, practice of previous year level 2 questions, and access to Olympiad Success platform for science. So all that you need for these classes is a laptop or a desktop with good internet speed. Camera has to be on throughout the session, and headphones for better audio clarity. Now, in 2020-21, Olympiad Success had students from more than 3,800 schools across India and abroad. Now, the live classes for this particular batch begins from Monday, 9th of January, 2024. So I hope you've noted down all the relevant details. Now, I would request Pooja ma'am to take you through a virtual tour of the dashboard. All over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Monica ma'am. Hello,
Sorry
young
to
minds. How are you all?
sorry to interrupt,
Yes,
Pooja
Anjali
ma'am.
ma'am. No problem.
Swarit has sent a personal message that chat is not working and they have to some copy paste and something like that. Direct message Swarit has sent.
Yeah, so since he's able to send that message, that means chat is working.
Yeah, I didn't understand actually. My chat is not working. I have to copy and paste, and only to me he has sent that.
Swarit, what you can do is you can copy paste your links, right? I'll share these links once again, and that time you can try. If you can just type the message in the chat box, that means your chat is working better. Okay, hope everybody is clear. Let me move to the dashboard tour. Let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible to everybody. Okay, so the moment you'll type this olympiadsuccess.com, you'll get this page on your screen. Over here, you have to type your correct user ID details. Make sure that you're putting the correct user details, otherwise you'll not be able to log in. Okay. All right, here we are and we're good to go. So I have logged in with my correct user ID details. After filling it, I'll get this personal details. I'll get my profile details on my screen. So here I'm going to check it carefully and properly that all details are correct. If any of the detail is incorrect, what you can do is you can just correct it over here by filling it, and then you can just update it over here. Make sure that after filling your correct information, you need to update it over here. All right. And then after this, I'll be going to move on worksheet icon because we are here to just attempt the worksheets. Okay. So after clicking on worksheet, I'll go on subject selection. So here I'm going to select my subject, science. And then after selecting a subject, I'll go on worksheet. So I'll go on this mock test paper 1. I'll click on take exam. So after clicking on take exam, this general instructions will appear on my screen wherein I'll be going to read these instructions carefully and properly. And then after this, I'll be going to click on this icon, which is start worksheet. So the moment I'll click on start worksheet, I'll get my worksheet on my screen with multiple questions, right? See, you can see there are 35 questions in your worksheet. So I'll be going to read each and every question carefully, and then I'll be going to fill an answer, right? So if I'm done with question number 1, then I have to move on question number 2. So after filling correct answer, then only I'll be going to move on next question by clicking next button. So once I'm done with question 2, I'm just filling the random answers. Make sure that you are prepared properly before attempting this worksheet. After this, I'll be going to click again on next button, and then I'll be going to fill the answer, right? So like this way, you'll be going to attempt all questions. And then once you are done with all 35 questions, make sure you just recheck it. And then you'll be going to click it on this button, finish button. So yes, I have reviewed all my questions, and then I'm curious to check about my performance, that how I have performed. See, when we give exam, after that, we just stay curious for our result, right? So same goes in our worksheet attemptation also. So after this worksheet icon, right under it, we have an icon of performance, right? So I'm going to click it on this button. So here, after clicking on performance, again, I have to select my subject, right? Because there are multiple subjects. So I'm going to click it on science level 2 mock test paper. And then here again, I'll be going to view it because I have attempted 1 mock test paper. So I'll be going to view my performance. See, I've attempted how many questions? I've attempted 3 questions from which 2 are correct and 1 is wrong. Okay. So in this way, make sure that you are going to attempt your paper carefully and properly. So after this, you can just log out and then it's done. Let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah, so this is the tour of dashboard. Hope everybody is clear. Still, anybody is having any doubt, feel free to drop your message in the chat box. I'll be happy to answer that. Over to you, Monica, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Any doubt, anyone? Any query? Any point which is not clear? Okay, tell me the days on which we have classes in the chat section, everyone. What are the class days? Jasleen and Arnav, please switch on your camera. Yes, Ashaz, we know. Right. Okay, Viana is saying Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Sanish is also saying the same. Archisa is saying Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And Sunday. Okay, she's added that. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday? Yeah, that is the correct answer. Everyone, good. That means you were attentive during the PPT. Nice. Now tell me the timings. Can you tell me the timings, class timings? Do you remember the timings? Sanish is saying 6:30 to 7:45 p.m. Rayansh, it is AM or PM? So details are getting repeated here, Arnav, if you are paying attention now. So class timings are 6:30 to 7:45 p.m. That is correct. Good, those who are giving responses. And days are Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, on which we have class days. Okay. How many sessions are going to be there overall? Overall sessions, total number of sessions are 16, correct. Very good. And the classes are beginning from which date? So I hope, Arnav, you're noting down these details. We are repeating for you. So 9th January, Archisa is saying, do you agree, disagree? Sayali is saying 9. 9 what? 9 February, March, January. 9th Jan is correct. Right, Rayansh? Okay. So 9th January, the classes are beginning. Class days, class timings, total number of sessions. Everything is clear. Okay. Any doubt, anyone? Or shall we begin with the demo? Shall we begin with the demo? Show me a thumbs up and a smile. Both things should be there. Even if one thing is missing, I'll assume something is missing. So, okay, thumbs up, I can see, smile. I can see Rayansh smiling. I can see Asha smiling. Sanish, what happened to your smile? Okay. Yes, Vienna, Sayali, Swarit. Okay. Athar. All right, everyone. Archisa. Okay. All over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen with you all. Can you see my screen? Can you see the topic name?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay. So we have just selected a topic, animals. So when you were preparing for your exams, you might have studied something related to animals, right? So tell me all those points which you remember right now regarding animals, what you have studied and what you have learned for the exam, for your level 1 exam or for your school exams, anything related to that, related to the topic animals that comes to your mind right now. Types like viviparous, oviparous animals, what are they used for, what are their food habits, food patterns, adaptations, okay, invertebrates and vertebrates, very good. That differences among them, then characteristics. I cannot unmute you, Arnav, since this demo session, we have restriction that you can only type in the chat box. But in our usual classes, you will be able to unmute yourself and you will be able to ask your questions and all. Okay, food habits like herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Very good. Sayali, scavengers. Okay, just lean. Then, yeah, basically we can divide them into their reproductive habits like mammals and egg-laying ones like viviparous and oviparous. Then their habitats, like some are amphibians, reptiles, arboreals we have, right? Vertebrates and invertebrates, yeah, the uses, why they are actually used. They are also similar to plants. They are also giving you food, right? For food, we require them. Animal husbandry, we call it as animal husbandry, right? So these are basically the hibernation and estivation, right? How their habitat changes, like they can migrate to different places for climatic changes. They will hibernate. Estivation during summer season, right? They usually spend the whole day during the hot summer season in the deserts, in their burrows and all, and night time they will come out, right? So these are all the topics. Camouflage, very good, Jasleen. Okay, so camouflage, can anyone tell me how do they exactly help them? It helps them to stay away from their predators, right? It helps them to hide in the background, like we can say polar bear. They are very good examples of camouflaging, hiding. Yeah, that is helpful them for them as a prey as well as a predator. Escape. There, it helps really in escaping, right? So these are basically the topics which we are going to discuss. But since this is level 2 batch, we will not go into details of these topics. We will just recapitulate, or we can say we will just recall the definitions and all in the first day of the session. Okay, one day will be for the discussion of the topics, important topics. And the second day, we will have a test discussion session. So all your chapters are divided in this matter, that one day will be dedicated for the explanation or revision of extinct animals. Some animals are extinct, very good, say Alice. Some are endangered ones. They are threatened. They may be recorded in red data book and all. Right? So one day will be dedicated for all this discussion and revision. Any point which you missed out or any new more points which you require for level 2 examination, that will be covered in the first day. And the second day, a test link will be shared with you during the class. And then in the previous day only, I will share the test link. You will attempt the test, and on the second day, we will discuss the answers. Okay, yeah, very good. This point which we missed out, I think, who said that? Life cycles. I think Jasleen. Someone said that point. Sayali, very good. Life cycle, right? Some of them do not resemble like their parent. Metamorphosis, in which like a tadpole and a frog. Tadpole is very different from a frog, right? So in some, young ones look exactly similar. If you see a chicken, they will resemble to their parent. But when you see a tadpole, when you see a larva or a pupa, they don't resemble to their parent individual, right? So there is a proper life cycle in which they continuously change. Through drastic changes, they turn into a new individual. Okay. So this is how our session will go on. I hope you understood a little bit. Now I'll share the next screen with you. Okay. So mainly learning objectives, like you have already told me about reproduction, the way they are divided into two categories, viviparous and oviparous, right? The manner they reproduce. And then viviparous animals means they exactly give. Can anyone tell me viviparous means what kind of animals? Examples or definition. Mainly they give directly birth to young ones, right? And in oviparous, they lay eggs. So we have, based on their reproductive habits, we have two different types of categories of animals which give birth to young ones. Very good, Ashas. Then we will be also discussing about life cycle of different animals. Life cycle, in that basically, usually there is a process called as metamorphosis. I don't know whether you have studied this or not. Anyone who knows about the metamorphosis process, or have you heard of this term? Metamorphosis. Sorry. Okay. Metamorphosis means, suppose the young ones of frog, right? Frogs usually lay eggs, and then when these eggs hatch, then tadpoles come out. Yes, very good, Ashish. Life cycle of a butterfly: eggs, larva, pupa. So have you seen butterfly in a pupal stage? How is it different from The butterfly. No, no one has seen. See, the pupal stage, or in the stage of as a pupa or as a larva, they will look like something like silkworm or like a insect. But when they turn into a butterfly, they will have wings, they will look beautiful, they will look colorful. So entirely different from the young one is entirely different from the adult. But if you see the hens laying eggs, and from the eggs, the chicken turns out or chicken comes out, we can see the small chicken will resemble their parent individual, right? So chicken will almost look similar to the hen. Maybe not all the organs are developed properly, but exactly similar. A human baby or dogs, they lay puppies, so puppies will look similar to their parent. But in some cases, in case of some amphibians, in some cases of some reptiles, in cases of some insects, in cases of some aquatic animals, what happens is usually their young ones look very different from the adult. And this complete change, we can say this change from the young ones to the adult stage, is called as metamorphosis. It's not in all the organisms, it happens only in some organisms. Metamorphosis is a process where the young ones will change into the adult one. Okay. So we will be learning about that too. I'm not going into detail because since this is only a demo session, but in the class, actually, we will have a detail of that. Clear? Okay. Now let's learn about the another differences of animals, like terrestrial animals. You have already said whale and dolphin are only aquatic mammals. Yeah, very good. So we can differentiate animals based on the surroundings or habitat they live. Habitat means the place. Like if a fish, you take them out of the water, would they be able to survive? No, right? So there is a kind of, what we can say, a proper habitat is there in which they can survive. So based on that, we can divide the animals into categories such as terrestrial. We have terrestrial animals, which you can see all around. Then you have aquatic animals who will have specially developed gills, right? Or blowholes, some other respiratory organs, like either they will breathe through their skin, through their gills, something like that. Then you have aerial animals, like aerial adaptations, birds and all. They are most of the time staying in air, almost, except some of the birds, but mostly they have aerial adaptations. They are comfortable in staying in the air, right? Then we have arboreal animals, like in tropical rainforest region. If you go, these monkeys, lizards, squirrels, they will stay on the trees only. They will rarely come down because all the food, all the necessary requirements they will get from the trees. So they are placed in a special category called as arboreal animals. Then we have amphibians, like frog is an example of an amphibian. So once adult frog is matured, they will only go into the water for laying eggs. Right? They can live in water as well as land, because on the land they will breathe through their skin, and in the in the water they will breathe through their skin, and when they are in the land they have lungs for the development of that, so they can stay inside water as well as on the land. Is it clear up to here? Shall we go to the next slide? Thumbs up. Are you getting bored? Crocodile is a reptile, right? So reptiles are also a category. Reptiles means like snakes and all, those who are, they are in the category of that. Okay. Actually, I missed out that point here. Yeah, Sayali. All fish throw out waves from gills, so that's why sea and ocean is salty. No, no, no. That is not because of the excretory product and all. Of course, their excretory product contains mainly ammonia. Okay. The presence of so many salts dissolved in the sea because desert regions were actually converted in that. That is the main reason, right? So many salts. Some seas are having less salty content also. But the fish's excretory product is mostly rich in nitrogen or ammonia. And that is a kind of basic salt, we can say. Okay, average life of lizard. Okay, that is a very tricky question. Yeah, do anyone know the answer? Because I am also not sure about the average lifetime of lizards. Months, I think, but I'm not sure about the answer. Just leave. That's it. Shall we proceed? Do anyone knows about the average lifetime? But I have not heard a question. More than 5 years. Okay, I'm not sure about the answer, so I will not comment anything, Ashaz. Okay, I'll just figure it out and will tell you in the next class if you're joining our class. Fine? Okay, I'll share the next slide with you. Usefulness of animals. So why exactly are we studying about the animals? Like plants are really important, as ma'am has already said. Some of you said that we don't like the topic plants, but plants are the main producers, right? The food using photosynthesis process, only plants are capable. Except some bacteria, we can say, only plants are able to convert the sunlight energy into food or chemical energy. After the plants, the other important category of organisms is animals, of course, because not only for the food, various other materials we are obtaining from them, right? Dairy products and all we get from the animals. Similarly, we get so many other products from them, like we get wool from them, silk, leather, right? Previously in agricultural industries also, they were of so much of domestications we used to do of the animals in agriculture, like there were no proper tools and tractors and harvesters, so oxes and all were a source of help for them for traveling also. Now also in villages and all, you can see so many people are using animals, right? Okay, so someone else is also a lizard lifespan. Swarit is saying depends on the species of lizard, like geckos and all survive for about 10 to 15 years. Okay. Jasleen, you cannot see the second. Can you see the usefulness of animal slide? Are you able to see? No? Okay, wait a second. I'll just share it with you again. Usefulness of animals. That is the heading now. Now, can you see? Hamza? Usefulness of animals, yeah. So whatever thing is not only for food, they are required for many other activities, like so many materials we obtain from them. They are like honey. Honey is also a animal based product. Honey has so many medicinal uses as well. And services. So not only for food, so many materials that we get from them and so many services, right? So they, similar to plants, they are also very, very important. And any disruption or any change in the habitat of the animals will change the entire ecosystem, because you might have studied that plants and animals are depending on each other, right? Everything is depending on each other. So any disruption in the ecosystem or in the habitat will be creating a threat for them. Extinct, we call some animals, some species of animals or birds are extinct. Why exactly? Right? Because something might have happened with their climatic conditions or with their habitat, some changes. That is why they are extinct, and some are still endangered. We see in newspapers, government is trying to protect this, that, rhinoceros of these species, dolphins of this species, or whales, right? And then tigers. Government is bringing tigers from some other countries, and all species of animals they are bringing. Why? Because they are required or they are very important for the ecosystem, right? So animals occupy a very important role in the system, and they are very precious for the what we can say, for the maintenance of the habitat of plants as well as human beings. Now let's discuss a little bit about life. Now I'm just skipping through the slides because I have not included everything regarding animals. Just what is required for the demo session is you will get a brief understanding in the one day. And then on the second day, I will share with you the previous year questions which were asked in level 2 Olympiad. Okay, so now I'm just showing you a life cycle of butterfly. So this process is called as metamorphosis. Some of you were asking, ma'am, what is metamorphosis and all. So this is exactly what is metamorphosis. You can see butterfly laying eggs, and then second stage is caterpillar stage. Right, during caterpillar stage, they will feed. They will feed on the leaves, on whatever nutrients are provided to them. Then they will shed off their skin 4 to 5 times. See, like a worm they look like, right? Entirely different from the adult butterfly. Then they will turn into chrysalis, or we can say pupa stage. Okay, pupa stage means they will convert themselves into a kind of cocoon like structure, a hard structure, and they will stop feeding. And the later development will happen inside the cocoon, or in the pupa stage. Then they will break that outer covering, and when the wings and all are developed, they will be converted into an adult. So this complete change is called as metamorphosis. Okay. A larva and caterpillar you can use interchangeably. Okay, you can call it as a larva, you can call it as a caterpillar. So this is the first stage. Okay, this will be the first stage, laying eggs. This will be the second stage, you can call it as larva or caterpillar. And this is the third stage, you can call it as a pupa stage or pupal stage. And the final one is the adult stage, butterfly, where they are capable of reproduction. Reproduction means basically to uh, reproduce and to produce the same species, right, as it is. Maybe the young ones do not resemble like the adult one, but finally they will change and they will resemble like the adult. Right? So larva and caterpillar you can use interchangeably. Similarly, chrysalis and pupa you can use. So this is a stages we can say. So questions can be asked, what happens at the first stage? Second stage, like shedding of skin, is called as molting. What do you mean by molting? And definition can be given. Or molting stage happens how many times? Like almost 4 to 5 times it happens. Then which is the third stage? Identify the third stage, or a diagram can be given. Identify the second stage, third stage, what it is called, in which stage it is capable of reproduction. Like these questions you can expect from this particular topic. Okay. A life cycle of a frog. Now, this is also a process of metamorphosis. As you can see, adult frog, right? They have limbs, forelimbs and hind limbs, and then they will lay eggs. They are amphibians. They can stay in water. They can stay in land. During reproduction time, or whenever they have to lay eggs, they will lay eggs. And then that when the eggs are hatching out, it is called tadpole. Now, see, you can see the tadpole is entirely different. Tadpole looks something like a fish with a long tail. And tadpoles has gills also, because tadpoles are not amphibians. Tadpoles are aquatic only. Tadpoles can stay in water only. They need proper development. See, now the tail is decreasing and decreasing, and the new limbs are coming out. It is taking a shape of a froglet. And finally, the fourth stage, we can say, right, it will convert into an adult frog. So this is also an example of metamorphosis happening, because from the adult frog, entirely different young one is being born first. Tadpole, you can see exactly different it is, right? But once it gets converted, then it will have lungs. The gills will shrink in size, and then lungs will be there developed properly so that they can live on land. But they can return to water whenever they want to, and through their skin, they can breathe. Right? So for respiration, they will use their skin. Fine. So this is also an example of now the life cycle of animals. So basically we will be studying, when animals topic is there, we will be studying mainly about life cycle of different organisms. Now in cockroach and nymph, that is the young one, they look almost similar, but still there are so many differences. Like you can see, it has an endoskeleton. You can see it is properly covered, and they will have a typical brown color, right? If you have seen a cockroach, not able to write properly. Yeah. So they will have a typical brownish color, but in nymph stage, it will be more dark, right? A dark brown color. And you can see the various regions are also like caterpillar. Their various cross section of the body is also demarcated like this. Vertical sections are there in the nymph stage. So here they have only 3 stages: egg, nymph, and then cockroach stage. But still the young one looks a little bit different from the adult one. Okay. So first session will be like this. Like one day we will be covering the topics, and now let's discuss some questions. Okay, let me check whether you are able to answer these questions or not. Okay. Can you see my question? Refer to the given table and select the option which correctly identifies X and Y. If you can, if you have found out an answer, you can just tell me. You can just type it in the chat box. Okay, Sanish is saying yes, ma'am. Yes, Sanish. Okay, Archisa is saying option D. Jasleen is saying option B. Ashas is saying option A. So all the 4 options are there. Answer A. Okay, let's see who is saying the maximum ones. A. No one is going with C. A. Okay, everyone is going with A right now. Okay. So option number A, most of you are going with option number A. But the students who have said option B and D, Archisa, can you explain why you have selected option D, butterfly and frog? See, if butterfly, you go with butterfly, you can check this X1, 4 stages in life cycle. Just now we discussed that in the life cycle of butterfly, there are 4 stages, right? So you should not go directly. You should not jump into a conclusion. You should check all the points. It should like first lay eggs on land. That point also should be satisfied. Second point, 4 stages in life cycle of butterfly. It's not there in butterfly. No is given, but exactly right now we saw that there is a yes, right? So I hope Archisa, your doubt is clear. And Jasleen, you selected option number B, right? If we go with beetles, now beetles and mosquito, right? Beetles also will have stages in life cycle, right? Like they are also insects. So like cockroach and all, their young ones also are different, and they have their stages in life cycle, but not 4, 3. And in mosquito also, if we take, almost 3 cycles are there. So there it will be wrong. And newly hatched young ones resemble adults. So in beetles also, it's a no. Yeah, so those who have said option number A, they are all correct. Right? Let's see the second question. Can you see my second question? Refer to the given table and select the correct option. So here you have animal X, Y, and Z. And here you have number of legs. So don't directly jump into an answer. Just think, because tricky questions will come for level 2 exam, not like level 1. Their answers and options won't be direct. You have to use a little bit of time. You have to think about it and think of multiple answers first, and then cross out. Eliminating options will help you a lot. So which is wrong one, you eliminate. Okay, X is wrong. Okay, eliminate. Like that work will be done. Then methods of reproduction, like whether they are egg laying animals or young one laying animals, like whether they are oviparous or viviparous. This is what basically they are asking. Okay. So Sanish is saying option B. Is it for this question, Sanish? Or for the previous one? Okay, let's take one animal at a time, like parrot. Number of legs 4. So we can easily eliminate. This is how elimination works, which is the wrong option that you eliminate out. So if parrot is wrong, that you should not check that first option at all. Eliminate it. Okay. Second one, tortoise. Number of legs 2. You can eliminate that too, right? This is how elimination works. Now 2 options are eliminated, isn't it? So most of the time, if we are worrying about the question, just read the question and eliminate the options. Okay, I'm not getting any responses. Option D. Okay, Ashes is directly saying option D. How many of you agree with Ashes? So it can be either C or D, right? Option D, platypus. Okay, let's check with that option. Number of legs 4. Yeah, platypus has 4 legs. 2. Number of legs 2 for parrot. Yeah, that is also correct. Then Z, gives birth. Of course, we know dogs directly give birth to young ones. So option D is correct. Yeah, okay. All of you agree with option D. So how you arrived at this option D? Because you know option A, B, and C are incorrect. You eliminated them, right? So this is how most of the time questions work. So that is what we'll be learning in this class. How to eliminate the options, how to do intelligent guessing. Sometimes we don't know the answer. Even as a teacher, most of the time I also get confused. So sometimes when we don't know the answer, also practicing mock test. Why these mock test or worksheets are provided to you? Because they will help you in eliminating, they will help you in arriving at the right answer without even knowing, because most of the time when you solve maximum questions, you get a habit of it and you are able to do more intelligent guessing. Okay, so if you join the class, then what will happen? You will get access to all the worksheets, and if you try to solve maximum mock test and questions, it will be a lot of helpful for you. Right, now let's see this question. Read the given statements and identify the incorrect ones, right? Sometimes what happens, you don't read the question properly. I have seen students committing this mistake and they directly jump into the answer. But here it is correctly mentioned that incorrect ones you have to identify. Now, your main objective is to see the statement which is incorrect. Okay, so all of you are agreeing with option C. Sanesh, Ashas, Swarit is saying option B. Okay, so you are going with option B and C. Option A. Ashas is only going with option A. Viana is also going with option A. Okay, Archisa is also going with option A. So most of you are going with option A. Okay, let's see incorrect ones. Now let's see one by one each question. Swati is saying sheep, camel, and rat are the animals that chew their cud. So that is a wrong one, right? Because rat won't come in that. They do not chew their cud, because only those animals which have a special type of bacteria in their intestine, they require to chew their cud, right? So mainly herbivores, grass eating animals require that. Sonia is saying mosquito has a long sticky tongue to take its food. Now we that tentacles or that feelers are not called as tongue. So mosquito takes that feelers or that tentacles, it will immerse them. They are like working like a teeth only, right? So we will not call it as a sticky tongue. So that is also wrong one. Dogs and cats use their tongue to lap milk. Yes, this is a correct one. Giraffe has a long tail. So instead of long neck, long tail. So one word will be wrong. So then also this statement is wrong. Instead of long neck, long tail is given. Then also this statement is wrong. So those who have selected option number A, they are all correct. Okay. And most of you have gone with option number A only. Very good. Okay. Now this is Diagram below shows a stage in the life cycle of a mosquito. So I did not share the life cycle of mosquito with you. So there will be adult mosquito, then they will lay eggs. Okay, like similar to like butterfly only, there will be a larva stage or caterpillar stage, and then there will be not like a pupa stage, but we can call it as chrysalis. Okay, chrysalis stage. Wait a second. So mosquito, then egg, then larva stage, and then chrysalis stage, and finally adult mosquito. Now, which of the following statement at this stage is correct? They can reproduce, they does not breathe, they stop developing at this stage, they will turn into an adult at this stage. So if you remember life cycle of mosquito, you might have studied, right? Of course you have studied because you have prepared for level 1 exam. So Ashish is saying B, it does not breathe. Fine. Okay, Rayansh. What about others? Do you agree with Ashish? Ashish is saying that it does not breathe at this stage. What are the other options? Okay, D. Jasleen is saying D. Archisa is saying D, that it will convert into an adult at this stage. What about what others? Okay, D. So most of you are going with option D. Of course, those who are saying option D, they are all correct, because when I have drawn the life cycle itself, I have shown you that after this stage, what is the next stage? They will turn into an adult. So already they have stopped their development, metamorphosis has happened, and now they will be getting converted into an adult. So option D is only correct. Okay. Study the life cycle of an insect below. Now, the insect is not mentioned. As I told you, sometimes they will mention, sometimes they will not mention. But they are saying that they have given you clues or indicators that G is an adult stage, then G to H, H to E, E to F. So this is the first, second, third, and fourth. They are not mentioning the insect, but they are saying that G is an adult stage, and they are asking about molting. Now, molting is when they will shed their skin. Shedding of skin. Have you studied about molting? Anyone? Have you heard of this term? Molting? No? Yes, okay. So very good. So you remember that you have studied about molting, and it's basically shedding of skin, because they are converting, they are changing into a new individual, they are changing into their adult form. So molting actually means shedding of their skin or the layer. And in this question, you have to identify in which stage, whether it is at H, E, or F, the shedding or the molting will take place. Okay, so most of you know about malting. So can you guess which stage, H, E, or F? Which stage exactly the malting will happen? Which option is correct? A, B, C, and D. B. So all of you, Jasleen and Viana, are saying B. Okay, B. B. Okay, so all of you are going with option number B. Option number B is F, actually. And molting happens at the stage when they are larva or caterpillar. Because at the stage of being larva and caterpillar, they will shed off their skin. Once they turn into pupa, there is no shedding away of skin. Right? So maybe you might have got confused, but it is actually option A. Once again, you think about what you have learned exactly in molting. Right? So this is the egg stage. This is the larva or caterpillar stage where they exactly shed off their skin, and this is the pupa stage where they will convert themselves into a cocoon. So molting actually happens before they go into 4 to 5 times. They will shed off their skin, and then they will go to a pupa stage. So here the option A would be correct. Do you agree with me or not? You all still think it's option B? Now you understood, no? Because molting basically actually means, yeah, Basically, it means that shedding of skin. And once they turn into, so first you need to identify, okay, G, if G is adult stage, then H is which stage? H is the egg stage. Then E is a larva or caterpillar stage. As I said, larva and caterpillar, they are same. Then F is a pupal stage or chrysalis stage in which they are in the cocoon. So here option A will be correct. Okay, let's see one more question. Okay. Now here there is a flow chart, animals, X and Y classification is given, and under X you have frog, duck and lizard, and under Y you have bat, dolphin and tiger. Now which one of the following correctly represents? So don't check only one option, check all the three, all the four options and then arrive at an conclusion. Okay, option A. Sanish is saying option A. Sayalis, is it for this question or for the previous one? A, option A, fine. Option A, okay. So all of you are agreeing with option A. Frog, duck and lizard, they lay eggs. Bat, dolphin and tiger, they give birth to young ones. So this was a pretty bit easy and direct question. So you were able to arrive at a conclusion, arrive at an answer easily, okay? So sometimes you will get simple ones, sometimes you will get a tricky question, but you should be prepared for both the types of challenges. Fine. Okay, let me see. Can you see me? Am I audible? And am I visible? My video is on, right? Okay. So almost we have come to the end of this discussion. I'll share one more question with you. Can you see this question number 8? Eighth question, where you have a diagram, life cycle of an animal, adult, egg and nymph. Which animal it might be, like maximum, which animal it can be. Any guesses? Any wild guesses? Option A, Ashas is saying option A. What about others? C, option Sayali is saying option C. Mosquito, Rayansh, Viana are also agreeing with option A. I think C. Sayali is saying she thinks C. What about others? Jasleen is also saying option C. Okay, I'll remove your doubts and confusion. It's option A because mainly nymph, like in the case of cockroaches and all, beetles also come in that category. We call their young ones as nymph only. So option A is correct. Okay. Okay, this is one more question. X is an animal. This is the last question and we will end up that lives inside the body. Now pay attention to the word. It stays inside the body of another organism and it has a special organ to suck blood. Like you told something about parasites. Do you remember? Parasites are those organisms which derive nutrition from others. Now parasites can be endoparasites as well as they can be exoparasites, right? So they can stay inside the body also, they can stay outside. So here basically the question is, they are parasites because they are sucking blood. They are deriving nutrition from your body. But whether they are living inside or not. Mosquito, hookworm, head louse and leech. What is common in them? They are all deriving nutrition from the other organ. They are all parasites. But how many of them live inside your body? Sayali is saying option B. Archisa is also saying option B. Viana is also saying option B. Sanish is saying option D, leech. Ajas is also saying option B. Rayansh is saying option D, leech. Okay, let me clear your confusion. Now they are all parasites, but mosquito, head louse, and leech, they are staying outside the body. So leeches also, they will obtain nutrition and they will suck blood from outside the body. But only hookworm is a type of organism or is a type of parasite which is endoparasite. It stays in the body, in the intestines, and it sucks the blood. Okay, so we will be discussing about that too. Okay, so that's it for today. I gave you an overview. Yes, of course, it is dangerous. All the parasites are dangerous because whatever nutrition is required for you, they are taking from your body. So they are all dangerous and harmful, right? Okay, so this is how the session will go on. The only difference is right now I discussed the chapter and the test together, but in the actual class, it won't happen like this. In the actual class, what will happen? One day discussion, revision of the topics, and the next day test discussion. Okay. So all those who are interested, you can join, and then together we'll be preparing for level 2 exam. Whatever more doubts are there, I will be clearing in your next upcoming class, that is on 9th January. Fine. Anything else you want to share with me? Okay, parrot can live up to more than 140 years. Thank you, Ajaz, for sharing that information. Schedule and all, as ma'am has already told you, everything is shared with you, so you can check it out there. Total 16 sections and all, and timings. We can be flexible with the break time and all. Whenever, like after 30-35 minutes, you want a break, I will give you that. And our normal class will be interactive because you can unmute yourself. So there will be no issues of typing and writing in the chat box. Okay, eagles live 70 years. Okay, so you all know the life expectancy of all those organisms. All these things I need to revise once again because currently I'm not using this. Okay, so that's it. Shall I end the meeting? Okay, there is a type of parrot which cannot fly. Okay, good, Sanish. So you all have a very good knowledge regarding animals, right? Because I'll be learning from you as well. Anything else you want to share? That's it. Otherwise, we can just end our meeting and we will meet on 9th Jan. That will be our actual class. Okay, that's just a demo. Fine. So fine, goodbye. Take care, everyone. And thank you for the time. I'm ending the meeting, right?